Hello there. This video will concentrate on multiple subjects. First, the changes on the July 15th that are upcoming. Then I will think about edits and if they can generate some sort of money. Examples of information that almost contradict each other. And then I will think about remakes in the AMV and editors community. So according to this video, I will not play it, I will add the link in the description. The changes only target something that is repetitive and, so to say, spam. And also makes stricter monetization rules for this kind of content. There are multiple things in the message that weren't mentioned in this video, such as reaction channels, and also people are losing their minds over the monetization of their AI generated videos, some sort of AI voices and stuff, that it could be demonetized due to not being authentic enough. I would understand that. Okay, so with this out of the way, is it actually possible to make money from classic edits? And according to information I found on this webpage, it's not. There are multiple people trying to say that even though they fulfill the requirements of the watch time, subscribers and stuff, the YouTube partner program wasn't bestowed upon them even after asking for it. Because even though the copyrighted content would go under the radar of automatic check, as reviewed by a human, it wouldn't pass. I will also add a link in the description. Then, here this channel, Whole Lotta Nothing, is a big editor channel that makes those classic edits on the YouTube. Some of them have very many views. And also there is a video from the creator himself, how he grew his channel to 400,000 subscribers. He almost added 100,000 on top of that since then. Even though there is on a thumbnail estimated revenue, which would indicate that he makes money, I didn't actually find any word about monetization in the actual video. It's only how he grew his channel, if I watched carefully enough. If I spit some sort of nonsense, I would be glad if you call it out in the comments. Also, there is a store where he seems to sell some sort of editing packs. So that would be his income then. Alright. So now how this thing ties to my puny channel. I tackle with something called remakes and remasters. It's my way to improve my editing. When I like a certain video on YouTube, I try to recreate it to be as similar as possible. Then I will upload the result onto YouTube and keep the result as unlisted. It will not show after the searching in the search bar, and it's only accessible if you have a link or click on the playlist on the channel. Now, therefore, I'm not stealing any sort of views, and it's my personal thing, and I think this could be acceptable. On the other hand, let's see how copyright deems these videos. The middle one we shall see in the YouTube Studio. So I write the things down, credit the original, used footage, used music, what kind of software, and my personal notes about the creation process and what I have learned and what sort of tutorials I went through in order to accomplish my goal of recreating the edit as similar as possible. What is a copyright about to say? Visibility is restricted. In 2 countries we can see blocked territories, the video cannot be played. Okay, what if I would like to make money out of this? Monetization denied. It's a long form content, so as long as there is copyrighted think you cannot make money out of it. Alright? Makes sense. This is not the actual remake, pardon me please. This is remake experience. This is a public video and it doesn't use the actual edit itself. It uses some sort of different thing that summarizes my experience remaking. Now, if we see this remake link as a short, it has the same copyright issues and restrictions, but because it's a short under 1 minute long, there is a certain change. In theory, according to the machine, this video could be monetized if I was eligible. My channel is too small and doesn't fulfill the requirements, so it's water under the bridge, but it's a nice thing to think about right here. So this remake experience could be monetized in theory if I had the eligible channel. What is scary though is that the literal remake, if I uploaded it as public and was eligible for monetization, I actually could monetize that one as well. And therefore that would be kind of wrong because I didn't come up with the idea. I only poured in those 10 hours of editing. Actually, I had to learn many things, so the research blew the time up a lot. So that would be wrong, and it's really good choice that I, in the beginning, in the fall of 2024, when I was starting with this notion, that I decided to keep the remakes unlisted, from the respect to the original creators. I think that would be just right. On the other hand, if we think about edits not being able to generate any kind of money, if that is true, then who would care if the remake would be public? It wouldn't make any money anyway. That's in theory. If it does, then it's straight up wrong to make them public. But if they doesn't, if the remake doesn't make money, why would we be upset about it? Well, here is an example of a big editor who got upset after realizing that some sort of channel, according to his words, stole his work. I have a complicated opinion on this because I went down the road myself. So, ignore my post and see this one. This one is defending the actual remake. Man, at least he made it by himself, the channel in question who remade it. You ever heard of Inspired By? Okay, I kind of back this up. The inspiration is when you take an idea and implement it your way. You're not copying every millisecond. Makes sense, and especially if the remaker makes money. That's real wrong. If it's only about the idea and getting views and attention, I would be exactly in the middle. I'm on the unlisted side for myself, but if someone is bold enough to make that video they remade public, this seems to be kind of like almost jealousy driven, honestly. How someone dare to show me that they can edit as well. Anyway, if people can make money from YouTube Shorts edits, then this is fully justified and I back this thing up 100%. If no one makes money from the YouTube edits in the short form, this seems kind of silly and childish. The video is actually private now, right? It's not available. And the channel has enough subscribers to be eligible for monetization if the YouTube bestows the YouTube partnership program upon them. So that would be the case of someone making money out of remake, possibly. And that would be wrong in my opinion. So, let's see the recapitulation. July 15th. Doesn't change anything for my channel and for my remakes. Do edits make money? Question mark still. I saw the information that they doesn't, and then mild implication that they could. Then we had an example with the big editor channel that made this even more vague by their thumbnail showing some sort of revenue and then not mentioning it once in the actual video. We had remakes that are unlisted and most of people don't even know about them. And copyright claims that differ between the long form where it's stricter and short form content where it's looser. $1 billion question still is, do edits of movies and animation and something like that make money? My answer, don't know. Anyway, if you have taken anything out of this video, I would appreciate any sort of feedback, and that would be all. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.